Hi, I'm Devin, Product Manager for OZO Live.
And I'm Jill, Production Manager and Devin's accomplice. Today, we're going to talk to you a little bit about the OZO Live signal flow and how it integrates into your standard broadcast pipeline. The whole goal of OZO Live is to make the process really pretty simple. And just once you get into your OZO Live, the signal comes out and it looks really familiar, like everything you've been used to shooting up to date.
So let's walk through it. You start with the OZO camera, which captures video and audio in 360 degrees, 3D stereoscopic. The signal that comes out of the OZO is a single HD SDI cable. This carries all of the data from the cameras, sensors, and the microphones in a compressed proprietary format that's packed into standard HD SDI protocols. What this means is that you can treat this cable more or less like any other video cable. You can run it through hubs, you can run it through recorders, and you can switch it to fiber even, and run it on fiber across the country if you like. The two things you can't do with this signal are you can't compress it because it's data, not video, and secondly, you can't look at it for the same reason. It's not video. What the OZO Live system, which is software running on reference hardware, what OZO Live does is it takes that proprietary data signal with separate images for each lens and separate audio signals for each microphone and turns it into a video signal, which is in UHD format with either stereo or surround sound audio attached to it. Now, the way that actually works in the signal flow is that SDHDI single cable comes into the back of your OZO Live server, and then what comes out of OZO Live is quad-link HD SDI. And at that point, you're in a standard 4K video production. Now, in most cases, in a broadcast production, you also want to record ISOs, which is the signal from each individual camera in a multi-camera production. You do have two options. You can record the raw signal from the OZO, that is the compressed data signal, using any standard HD recorder as long as it can record in uncompressed format. Those files can then be fed into OZO Creator for later post-production using our high-quality offline stitch. However, here we're using the other option where we're recording a video signal downstream of the OZO Live server, and we're actually recording 4K video, again using a standard 4K video recorder. In any case, downstream of OZO Live, you're in the universe of a standard video production, albeit using 4K rather than HD. And at that point, you have a number of options.
So you can take your single camera, go through OZO Live, send the signal out to your encoder and to the rest of the world. You can also start adding cameras, and of course you're going to want to do this. The more complex your production, the more cameras you're going to want to have, and we can do that. What you do need to think about is the more cameras you add, the more components you also have to add. And of course for every OZO, you're going to have an OZO Live server. So you add SDI hubs and switchers. You can, like a standard broadcast production, break out your audio, record separate mics, and embed them back in at the other end. You can add graphics and visual effects. You can switch, and you can add color correctors. It's entirely up to you. Once you get through your signal and you have your wonderful switched content, you are going to want to send it onto the world. So you're going to need to encode it. You can use any 4K encoder of your choice. We've tested harmonic, elemental, and high vision. And at that point, you can send up an RTMP, HLS, MPEG-. It's entirely up to you.
So essentially downstream of the OZO Live system is a standard OTT broadcast. And that's really the philosophy that we're approaching the broadcast problem for VR with. It's to be able to take VR and demystify it, make it compatible with existing workflows, equipment, and personnel.
The only difference being that at the end of it, you get a stereoscopic 360.
So that's the OZO Live pipeline. Please stick around for some more videos where we'll talk about the features and functionality of the OZO Live software.